Hi, my name is Lamar Russel. I'm 23 years old and I'm from Harlesden.
Thank you, Lamar, for coming and speaking with us today. So we're going to get straight into it. Racism in America. I didn't want to do it, but you poked the bear. Talk to me about racism in America, because we see it on social media and we think, oh, it can't be like that. It's not that bad. But you've lived it, you've experienced it. You've been in England, and I'd like to think never really experienced racism like that. But being in America, talk to me.
Bro, let's just say every time, mind you, my teammate I lived with was just black. He's from Tottenham. So we used to drive to college, which weren't that far away. And tell no lie, we used to get pulled over every single day. And what actually saved us was our accent. Like, it would be, honestly, they were just so shocked that we're black but got English accent. And they were just used to be like, anything you need, man. They just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But I feel like if we were black and American, it's a different ball game. So that's
How
what.
does that make you feel? How, knowing the stigma that's around America, and obviously we don't want to paint them as this bad country because every country has their individuals or group. But how do you feel being an Englishman in a different environment, knowing, what's the word I want to use? Knowing the police have the power to do what they want. How does that make you feel?
I can't lie, you feel less of a man. Especially like when you get pulled over, you literally have to put your hands, say if I'm in the passenger seat, I have to put my hands on top of the dashboard, and you have to keep it there until the police officer says,
Can't even hit your head.
You can't do that. Or you get me, you can they could assume that you're pulling out a gun or something. So you literally feel less of a man, especially I got searched as well, out there as well, and there's nothing you can do. It is tough, man. It literally is tough.
Okay. So we're gonna bring it back. To football. We're enjoying it. After 20,000 and the season starts. Talk to me about when the season starts.
Well, before the season starts, so we had 3 months off, and in that time I was in a house fire, and yeah, let's just say that was it. Like, for me and football, that was it.
Do you want to go into detail? Do you want to talk to us
Yeah.
about it? Explain the house fire. Explain how it, if you know how it came about, how you, all of those feelings.
Yeah. So because obviously I lived with teammates, I was on FaceTime to my girl, and I was just like to her, I can smell smoke. So I went to the kitchen, but there was oil in the pan, and automatically as I went to the pan, it just a fire, massive fire, and yeah, it went all on me. Obviously I'm screaming, everyone in the neighborhood came out, and yeah, I suffered 3rd-degree burns, as you see on my hand, my whole thigh, and yeah, that was I literally thought I was gonna die. Like, they said it was a miracle how I was still alive. So at this time, I'm not really caring. I don't care about football. Now it's just about me actually surviving. That is what I was going through. So yeah.
And how was that? So you were rescued, taken to hospital. What do you remember from that?
I remember them saying, basically, if you suffer from 3rd-degree burns, if you, say for example, if my hand was to get affected, they would have to chop it off. So that's what was going in the back of my mind. They were saying, if this gets affected, we're gonna have to cut your hand off. And I was just like, I'd rather you just kill me.
Yeah.
If you take my hand, you might as well just kill me. So yeah, that's when, like, I was in deep depression. And funny enough, I had a family in America I've never known before, took me in and literally looked after me, which was a blessing. I would say they saved me and my life. So yeah.
So when your mum gets notified, what's going through her head? What's going through your head? Because I'm pretty sure that your mum hearing the news, not being able to do anything, she's hysterical. She's hysterical. You're worried about your life. You can't really have how she feels on your mind like that, but you do. As young sons, we will. How does that make you feel? Have you had a conversation with your mum about it? And talk to me.
Yeah, I remember FaceTiming her in the hospital. She didn't know what happened. So when she found out how bad it was, like, she just broke down. Obviously, she thought her son was gonna die, so there's nothing she could do. You know, she's on the other side of the pond. You get me? So she couldn't do much. But what helped her is, good thing I had a family that was looking after me, that let her know what was going on. Mind you, I'm still a teenager, so yeah, it was tough.
Okay. So, come out of hospital.
Yeah.
Was that when you then said, if we're bringing it back to football and sports, what's going through your head now? Because before it was football. Football's not the be all and end all that young people make it out to be, or people make it out to be. Like you said earlier, enjoy your football, enjoy it while you can. Football isn't life. So being where, you know what, I've almost lost my life.
Yeah.
How do you look at football now?
It was definitely the last thing in the back of my mind, but before that, you know what the craziest thing, I never even told none of my coaches in America. Reason being, I was scared that my scholarship was going to get taken away. Obviously, I can't play. So I remember, fast forward, I went to New York back to my family's. So they obviously looked after me and stuff, went back. Summer finished, I went into training. Mind you, I'm not meant to be playing, but I just wrapped it up, everything. And my coach was like, man, I couldn't move.
Yeah.
My coach is like, what's going on? Talk to me. And then I told him, and he couldn't believe it happened, that I was basically keeping it away from them for that long. And yeah, the doctors did say, like, you probably won't be able to play football again. So with me, it was a battle because I've still got my scholarship. I don't even really want to go back to England. So it was just, that was the tough bit for me, with not knowing my future then.
And so what's happened now? After you've spoken to your coach and you've realised the significance of the events that have taken place, what has he done? What are the next steps for you? Because you can't play. How long couldn't you play for? The doctors have also told you that you shouldn't be playing. You may never. What's going through your head? Do you come back onto the football scene? Do you play any more games after that? Talk to me.
So you know what, the coach, obviously we had a physio, so I was in the physio room every day. And yeah, my recovery was very good. My nan's Jamaican, so she was sending over like natural remedies to heal my burns. And I came back and I played 2 games, which was, you get me, basically a miracle. So I played 2 games and stuff, and the craziest thing is I actually got accepted by a D2 school. With all of this going on, obviously they seen my game where I played in front of 20, and I played superb. And my coach was like, yeah, they still want you. And yeah, I was over the moon. And yeah, so...
So when this offer's coming, did you accept? Did you move forward with it? Talk to me.
Yeah, I accept it. But then there was another obstacle in a way. I was in a car crash with 3 of my teammates. And yeah, one of them actually died, which I've never spoke about it to anyone. And yeah, so, yeah, man.
Okay. Taker.
Yeah.
So after the car crash, and we don't even need to go, you haven't spoken about it,
Yeah.
you ain't going to speak about it. But what happened with the D2 offer and you accepting it?
Yeah.
Did you play games? What was that like? What was the feeling like now?
So I actually accepted it, but it was around Christmas time, so I'm going back to England, and from then I was like, I came back to England, I was like, should I go? And I just didn't go back. There was just too much that I was carrying with me, and I was like, America, yeah, I don't want to go back there. Yeah.
We come home to England for Christmas break, and that's when we really sit down and say, you know what? The American dream, I've lived it.
Yeah.
I've secured that dream. It's not for
Didn't
me.
work out, yeah.
I just don't want it. For whatever reason. And I think a lot of people need to understand that takes a lot of courage. It's not easy to have a dream that you've been chasing for years.
Yeah.
To touch it and then to say, you know what? Yeah, I've touched it. I've realised what it feels like. And it wasn't what I expected. And I think a lot of people have to understand that there isn't a problem with that. That's normal. That happens.
Yeah.
And I think you shouldn't ignore the signs that you get internally and only you know yourself best. So now we're back in England. We've decided we're not going back to America. What's life like for you now? Because we're around 20, 21. Bills have to be paid. I got to put clothes on my back. I got all these kind of things.
Yeah.
The missus wants, I don't know what she wants, something. So what's the next step? What's the way of income? Because tell me.
So obviously I had to recover first. So that's why. So because I broke my leg in the car crash, so I was recovering from that. And then from then, that's when I was like, when I recovered, I was like, what am I really gonna do? Like, football's always been my life, and now it's like I'm gonna have to find a 9 to 5, which I've never done in my life. And I just was thinking about what am I good at? What attributes, and you get me? What am I good at? And then that's when I got into, teaching. And from then that's when I literally got back, and in January, actually started a job. So lucky I was blessed to.
So are we saying we got a job in a school?
Yeah.
And what was your role at the time?
So at the time, behaviour mentor. So working with challenging behaviour, and kids that are going through depression, trauma. So yeah.
So what attributes do you think that you have that led you down that path? What inspirations, was it your childhood that has almost said, you know what, this is what I had when I was a young man growing up, this is what I needed when I was growing up?
Yeah.
Having realised that, were you then able to put the knowledge that you have, the trauma that you've been through, and the attributes that you have, and the personality and character that you have, all into one, and say, you know what, I now want to go into the education sector and almost help the next generation?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, because at school, I feel like it was missing a lot. I feel like if we had more support, maybe certain people wouldn't be where they are today. So I was like, you know what, I definitely want to help the youth. I see that they're struggling a lot and it's getting worse. So I feel like going into schools will definitely help them, not just in school, but in their outside life. So pouring into them. And yeah.
Talk to me about youth work. I know you do a lot of youth work in your community.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. Talk to me how it came about. What does it consist of?
So there's a man called Abdi. I call him, he's a legend. He's helped so many people out. He definitely helped me out because he was my manager, but he also saw like I was kind of going on the wrong path. So he made sure that, you know what, he didn't just talk about football with me, he's talking about other things, helping out other people. And that's what he done, brought me under his wing with a few other young people. And yeah, he just showed us that there is more to life, you know, than football, and helping out others, which, yeah, man, it's amazing.
Okay. Now we're getting into the sector. This sector here, I almost want to call it grown and sexy, because you've got to be of a certain mindset. Maybe not a certain age, but a certain mindset. So we just have to confirm. Yeah. The age is 23. Yeah? Okay. 23 and single? No. We didn't think so. We didn't think so. Okay. 23 and married.
Yeah.
Okay. We want to know about that. I think this sector here is for the young black men.
Yeah.
That talk to them. Explain how did that come about? How long have you been with your wife? Wow. But that's big.
Yeah.
Right? How long have you been with her? When did you realize that, you know what, yeah, you're the one?
You know what it is? I was with her before I went to America. And so I was in a long distance relationship, which was so hard.
Don't incriminate yourself to say it was so hard.
Right. So when I got back, yeah, it was just like, that's when I actually knew I wanted to marry this girl. And yeah, things just went on from there. I got engaged last year, January, and then got married in August.
Sorry. You didn't just get engaged. I think the young black kings of the future want to know, how was it? How did you prepare yourself mentally? Was it one knee? Did you write a letter? That's what the young ones want educating. I want educating.
Yeah, so it was, obviously I proposed one knee in front of my whole church, which was, I was shaking, about 200 people in there. I just wanted to do things the right way. It's just because in my family, divorce runs a lot, and I wanted to be different. You know, growing up, I see my mum getting treated badly, see my sister getting treated badly. So I just always said, I never want that to be me. You know, I want to be different. I want to be actually a man and not a boy. So that is what helped me along the journey of getting married, and, you know, not just getting married, but staying married. You get me, until I die. So, yeah.
How did you know she was the one? Because I think a lot of young men find females who they believe are the one. For whatever reason, it doesn't work out. For whatever reason, they end up hurting the female, whether it's emotionally cheating or get cheated on. I don't think we can misplace that factor that, you know what, both parties cheat. Men and female do cheat. So for young men that have been cheated on, or for young men that have a habit of cheating, how do you break them out of that? And how do you change your mindset? Obviously, everyone's timing is different, and we don't want to rush and force anyone to do what they want. But how did you know that she was the right one?
But she just had so much. Her standards were just high. You get me? Like, her ambitions of wanting to be a nurse and her achieving that. She always poured into me, which helped so much. And she was just different. You know, you just know when someone is just different. And yeah, man, it's hard when you ask me how you know, but it's literally, I just know.
You just know.
I just know.
Okay.
And yeah, man, we just work so well together as well. We both know what we want in life. And I think that's what you need to, when you get with someone, you both need to come together and know what you want.
Like a partnership.
Yeah.
Perfect partnership. All right. So we've touched the marriage, and we're happy, we're secure. We're doing what we want. 9 to 5. Working with kids, giving back to our community.
Yeah.
Lastly, very lastly, moving out. Leaving mum. Again, he just leaves mum whenever. Moving out of London.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. Talk to me about how you feel, how it felt.
Definitely felt like an accomplishment. I've been in Harlesden all my life, so when I actually moved, because I live like near the country, it's a big difference. It is a big difference, and yeah, man.
Would you say mentally it's challenging, knowing that you've left almost ghetto but home area, where you know what, if I want a little Caribbean munch, it's there. If I want a little takeaway, it's there. You've now moved to the countryside where everything's a bit further. There might not be a one stop or a mum's.
Yeah.
How do you cope mentally?
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, there's not really Caribbean shops like that, so it is tough, but it's what I want, what we both wanted, just to get out the area, just to keep our heads down. So yeah, man, that's what keeps us happy. And even like in them areas, in Halsey, you don't really get much people saying like hi. Like, in them areas, everyone's friendly, which is surprising. So yeah, man.
And finally, we're just gonna touch upon faith, being a Christian man, walking in with God so highly. When did you realize you got closer to Him, and how did that change your life?
I feel I got closer to Him when I was in my worst stage in life. In terms of, I felt like I was going down the wrong road. And that's when I actually got into church, when I was slipping. And yeah, man, it just helped so much, just staying out of all the rubbish, keeping my head down. And yeah, man, my life, I'm not the same man how I was 5 years ago. I'm completely different. So yeah.
Summing up everything
Yeah.
from plan A to plan B. Dreams of living in America, accomplishing it, coming back, getting married, getting closer to God.
Yeah.
All of that. If we could educate the young children of today, the young people of today, what would be the message that you send to them?
Definitely, I would say, I only had a plan A in life, which was football. That's all I ever knew. I wanted to be like Tim Howard all the time. And I feel like, as we went from last year, that boy that commit suicide at Man City, because all he knew was football. He didn't know his worth, that he was worth way more than football. And I feel like with us young boys, we just need to open our minds, explore, learn new things, and yeah, just enjoy life. Don't take life too seriously. And yeah, that's what I would say to them, is just be happy. Especially the times that we're living in now, it's so hard for them, for the youth. So it's just about challenging your energy the right way and pulling it in, the right places.
Okay. Lamar, it's been a pleasure having you here with us today, telling us your story, the goods, the bads, the indifference. Just quickly, where can the young people find you? Social media, anything, let them know.
So my Snapchat is lambs_23. I actually deactivated my Instagram. So just add me on Snap and yeah, you can get hold of me. Yeah.
Thank you, Lamar. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.